Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be here today to show you some of the Select Sire's greats, the greats for the Select Sire's company, but more importantly, our member customers around the globe. And at Select, we still really value daughter-proven sires, and we're going to show you some of those great daughter-proven results. Today, they're breed trendsetters. We like to look at directional change of bulls like in our years past of Bell and Black Star, Emery, Durham, Oman, etc. You know who they are. And to us, cow families truly matter with these great bulls, and these great bulls have been developed from cow families. So as we go along today and look at some of the breed changers, you'll see that the family continues to matter even in the genomic era that we're in today. The bull we're looking at currently is none other than the 7H11351 Super Sire. And Super Sire doesn't need any introduction. If you're in the Holstein business, you know who he is. He's the greatest production bull that's came along since Planet. The bull scored excellent 90 just here recently at 6 years of age, bred by the Seagull Bay operation in Idaho. And this robust out of Peachy Shauna, or Shauna as we all know, are a great cow that's still alive out west. Develops back from the Rudy Missy cow family, a family that's been well noted for many great sires. In fact, several we'll talk about today. But Super Sire, he is the production dominated bull. Now with over $12,000, nearly $13,000 in his proof in 17 different countries. Already has 9 active AI sons and more to come. And we have bulls like Honeybee, Tetris, other companies like Joe Super and Super Shot are household names when we're talking about Super Sires. So this particular bull crossed on the Mogul, the Super Sire Mogul cross is the magical one that everyone's talking about. You can see why the daughters exemplify that dairy strength they do, because the bull has that as well. Big wide-chested bull, deep rib bull, big wide rump bull, and the daughters carried wide rudders to go along with it. So he can withstand top production and keep body condition scores where they need to be to get these cows bred back as well. He's always been a great sire, conception sire, and a bull that knows what he's here for and knows how to make semen. So he's made a lot of friends across the globe. Still has a lot of friends yet to make. And since he's only 6 years old, we hope he does it for a long time yet to come. Here's none other than 7H11314 Mogul. Again, Mogul doesn't need introduction to those in the Holstein business. A breed changer in his own right. We call him the modern day Elevation because he does such a dominant job at the matings. You see daughters and herds all across the globe, and you see one, you've seen them all from these medium-sized young cows that grow into some more additional frame as they get older, but just have a world of ability to produce volumes of milk from beautiful, beautiful udders. And there are these heifers that may not impress you right when they're getting ready to calve, but after they hang the udder and you see the venation and you see the ability to produce high volume milk, you see why he's been such a popular bull. Will be probably our next millionaire unit selling bull here at Select Sires. And the bull was brought to the company several years back as a different outcross sire because we didn't have much Dorsey or Payson Marsh in our program. And now today here we stand, and Mogul dominates pedigrees all across the globe. So the reason he was brought in is not probably the reason he's going to leave the system someday. It's because he's going to relieve quite a legacy in himself. He has 62 active sons in AI already, and I'm sure more yet to come with Sire Summers just around the corner. But we have breed greats like Yoder and Montross, Reflector, Superior, and just acquired Gambler and Uptown through the Accelerated Genetics acquisition, and a bull that has left his legacy in ways that we didn't appreciate what he was all going to be until here towards the end. So his daughters have been highly used as mating sires. Works well in commercial herds as well as registered operations, freestall, tie stall barns. Just one of these called shoehorn bulls that kind of fits lots of different categories. So like I mentioned earlier, Super Sire and Mogul have changed the direction of the breed rather rapidly here in the last decade, and probably get more to come through their sons and grandsons in the future as well. So this calving sire that's only 7 years old, scored excellent 93 just the other day. Like I mentioned, is going to be our next millionaire bull. His proof is already in 16 countries and probably more yet to come because he's still a very prolific producer as well. Well, obviously we'd be amiss at Select Sires if we didn't show you 7H12165 Montross. Montross being the high bull of the breed for lots of different rankings and most importantly customer satisfaction. But this production giant is the new trendsetter. This mogul son out of Bolton Money, out of a great cow family, goes back to a Rolex and a Trent behind that. Just produces modern day high production cows that know how to stay healthy. And I think that's the mantra that we're after today is these trouble-free cows. You turn them loose in large operations, they take care of themselves, and the profits they generate is what take care of our member customers. Another one of these high sire fertility bulls, so he gets cows bred, makes lots of semen, makes medium frame cows. And I say medium frame from the standpoint of stature, but not from the standpoint of depth and width, overall strength. They are stronger. Honestly, I think stronger than what the linear says because they carry a tremendous amount of width all the way through. Carry body condition and still get to high volumes of milk at a very, very quick pace. We were very high on Montross just as a genomic young sire before he got his daughter data and used him heavily for sons. In fact, we had to condition ourselves to not overuse the bull, but we do have 52 sons already here in our program and nearly 50 grandsons already in our program. So here's a guy that's not even 5 years of age yet, and his genetic impact, not only through he but through his progeny, is probably as stout as anything we've had, maybe even more so than Super Sire and Mogul that we've already talked about. So this is 12165. Montross scored excellent, 92 points, and a bull that has a great career started and hopefully lives a long time to make additional profits for our member customers. Well, this young teenager you're looking at is 7H13250 Jedi. Jedi, and I mean young, he's not even 3 years of age yet. Excuse me, just turned 3 years of age. But this Montross son has left his mark already in the genetic world, in the genomic world, with the dominance influence he has through his sons, the dominating influence through his genomically tested daughters, and the dominating influence he has in his progeny in public auctions all across the globe. This bull's been as high as #1 in the genomic young sire list and always been towards the very top with this huge production values for overall milk, fat, and protein, big net merit as well, and of course carries along with high TPI. This particular bull comes from this is a Super Sire Miri cow that many people across the globe know is one of Super Sire's very best. Comes back from the Mindy cow family. That goes all the way back to Oman Mir that many people know as well. And I've seen hundreds and maybe thousands of Jedi heifers, and if they develop the type of udder that the linear estimate says they should, it's going to be a lot of fun for many years to come when you see these daughters in milking form, because they're very correct heifers, much like him. They're squarely made, a little more off the ground, not quite as much depth through the midsection, but a very correct rump structure, feet and leg structure, travel nicely in the hind legs and feet. And we definitely hope that all comes true that started thus far, at least, with Jedi. And many, many, many of his sons are in the very top of the industry today. So he is our dominant young sire force and has been for a period of time. 7H12198 King Boy scored excellent, 92 points. And King Boy started his career right when the genomic euphoria took place with a tremendous pedigree from a great cow family, a great cow and Grand Dam, the Shadowland cow everyone knew about, 94 point kind of a cow. But this McCutcheon son is come on the scene now with daughter-proven data, over 500 daughters in his proof already at a young age. A bull that's an A2 bull, so he actually fits into the market from that beta casein standpoint as well. Bred by the Schmitz in Iowa, and we're really proud of what King Boy has done to capture that young sire euphoria, and now to capture it on the scene as milking daughters, and a bull that also has done a good job in sire fertility rate too, one of the higher fertility bulls we have. So he's going to continue on to his career as a fertility bull, as a bull that makes good customer satisfaction. They're a little more frame cow. maybe more frame than some other bulls we have in our program. That's okay because we have customers that are looking for that additional width and length and stretch that King Boy carries as well. 36 sons in our program, bulls like King Doc and Rambo and King Royal are going to take the next generation off from King Boy. A lot of the best Jedi daughters I've seen are out of King Boy daughters. So I think he's also doing a great job on the maternal side of the family as well. So this guy is going to get used and has been used on Moguls, Montrose, and I really like the gold chip combination in particular from the standpoint of just a little more substance of bone, a little more width through the rear end, and these cows have big, wide rear udders. Good seam to the udder as well, a little more substance of bone all the way through, so probably need to be a little more careful in that part of the mating. So this is King Boy, 7H12198. When you have a large program as we do here at Select Sires, some bulls sometimes can get overlooked, and we're not proud of that fact, but when you have bulls of this caliber, we want to make sure we point out bulls like Reflector, 7H12105. A Mogul son that still ranks towards the very top of the breed. A bull with nearly 400 daughters in his production summary that combined on planet breeding in particular can make the right kind. And I do mean that when you see them in the barns because they're sweet uddered individuals. This guy also was popular as a young bull, and he has all these daughters and he's not 5 years of age. And so let's not overlook a great bull here in Reflector from a great cow family. Goes back to the Rambo and Herschel back in there that was very popular up at Clear Echo, an excellent 94-point Grand Dam he carries. This guy himself is 91, and obviously looking at him you can tell he's not done because he has such a tremendous balance of dairy strength and good leg structure to go with it as well. And that's what I like about the daughters. They're very, very balanced animals. You see openness of rib and substance of bone, but yet very mobile on their feet and legs, and overall the right kind of mammary with centrally placed teats. I know close teat placement is kind of a no-no today, and this guy's more in the central category and can fit maybe in some of the robotic herds that are looking for that. So this is Reflector, 7H12105. Let's not overlook this great Mogul son. Well, you know there's some sires that you just walk into barns and you say, what's that? What's that? And I've done that many times, and it ends up being, what's that is this guy, 7H12014, Da Vinci, another Mogul son. And this one actually is a double Missy. There are Missies in Mogul's pedigree and Missies on the bottom side of this pedigree as well. So this is line breeding that really, really worked well and made some beautiful daughters and a beautiful 92 scored bull himself. They're sweet uddered cows. There's just no way you can explain them except you like the length of full udder, you like the rear udder attachment, you like the venation on the udder, and you also like the udder depth. It's really well off the hock. And you look at the production data and he's extremely balanced. He has components, he has enough milk, and like I said, he just makes a great barn cow because you just like the performance and see what you see walking in the freestyle barns and getting around quite easily. A calving ease bull, so he's getting used on a variety of daughters, but he's probably going to work best on that more moderated size animal, maybe like a Shamrock or a Donatello or a Morgan or something. But like I said, he just easily dominates the mating and makes the right kind that performs without a lot of extra care. So this is Da Vinci 12014, great Mogul son. I mentioned earlier we talked cow families here at Select Sires, and this is one of the examples of that because this is Mayflower 11621, Snowman son that out of a full sister to Robust. So same family as Jedi we talked about earlier. And Mayflower carries that characteristic of the family of great production, a big milk bull. In fact, the high milk bull to breed with. You look at bulls with about 1,400 daughters milking, and that's what he has. So he's a second crop success story here at Select Sires. A bull that's actually siring daughters better than people expected. Bulls get perceptions, obviously earlier in their career. And this bull was used in some mating programs and has made some dynamite second crop success out there. A group of daughters down in Texas that were recently pictured. They'll just knock your eyes out. Open dairy rib cows, kind of like him. He's an excellent 92 bull and probably going to add from points to there. But the daughters are like him because they carry that balance of openness and width, overall dairiness and cleanliness, width of rear udder, width of rump, and is an ideal mating, particularly on the observers, and the McCutcheons and the Moguls, from the standpoint of balanced mating. So this is Mayflower, a great production bull, has been his entire career, and one of the really high selling bulls we have here at Select Sires, because he carries the extreme amount of profitability, a high protein bull. 7H11621 Mayflower. Here's a bull that loves the parade, and this is Epic. Generations Epic scored excellent 94 points, and hope a committee gets a chance to see if we can raise that someday soon. This Superstition son out of a Baxter, out of the Alita cow family out at Western Ohio here, came in from the Generations program and has been a high-ranking bull in Canada and a very high customer satisfaction bull across the globe. In fact, one of our really top sellers internationally overall within the company. A bull that, again, carries the traditional balance with enough production, enough components, and very good health traits, and particularly good calving ease. So he is a bull that's been very popular from day one, well on his way to becoming a millionaire bull himself someday. Now he has a few active AI sons, but bulls like Dragonheart and Midnight are already in our proven program that are Epic sons, and many sons out of Epic daughters are now coming on next on the scene. So another one of those customer satisfaction bulls that might not rank as high on TPI as some other bulls we have here, but ranks extremely high in the eyes of our customers, the eyes of our sales reps, and the eyes of our technicians that use the bull and use him heavily. This is 250HO1002 Epic. Select Sires prides itself on the longevity of the company, the tenured, excellent staff people that we're fortunate to work around each other, and some great longevity bulls that have stood the test of time, and this is one of those. 7H10920 Gold Chip. Now, Gold Chip came into the scene as a young sire with an illustrious pedigree, a gold one out of Chastity, and that's all anyone wanted to talk about is, boy, let's get this Chastity son into our program and utilized heavily as a young sire, and they did. And now he has over 16,000 milking daughters in 16 different countries. So he's making a huge genetic impact across the globe. And again, customer satisfaction to his highest. He's kind of lived several different careers. Maybe started in as a bull that people used because of his pedigree, and then they got a couple nice casts. They started using him from a type standpoint. Then he come in as a high conception bull, a calving ease sire, so some of the commercial operations jumped on him as well. And he's probably back into the type category with all the tremendous daughters you see at the national and international shows that are dominating the blue and purple ribbons. So this is Gold Chip, now nearly 8 years of age. He scored excellent 94, and you can see why. Just the epitome of clean dairy bone, silky hide, just ultimate dairiness, which is exactly as his daughters are, because they're those clean cows that as they rib down and bloom into third and fourth lactation cows with tremendous mammaries, you can see why the judges across the country inside really easily pick out these Gold Chip daughters. So a winning international sire, in my opinion, a bull that I just define as class from nose to tail. Gold Chip. Well, those students of the Holstein breed, when you think of type, you think of the Barbies. And Gold Chip being one of those that came from that cow family. And here's another 7H10999 Bradnick. Again, Bradnick hopefully doesn't need any introduction with over 11,000 daughters in 17 countries and a 7.5-year-old bull that scored 95. And I sure hope and honestly think he's going to make a classifier or two sweat yet to raise that score, because he's a bull that once you start to take a look at, you kind of throw the paper away and say, I don't know who he is or what he is, but boy, I love to look at this bull, and why not? Style, balance, length, love the black color, and the daughters are just like that because they are off the ground. They are extremely long frame, long from hips to pins, and a bull that has a linear profile that all the type breeders always appreciate. Interesting, he's an A2 bull, so he's probably going to have a little blip into that market as well. and high sire fertility. And we like to have high type bulls that do things above and beyond good type. And this bull sire is good milk production. He's not a high calving easy bull like some other extremely high type bulls are. But again, like be like, he sires daughters like he is. And that's the right kind for that additional frame, additional length. And why not? When this Sanchez out of Bria, out of Durham Barbie, on the pedigree says, wow, you should have quite an individual, and we do have that in this big black bold bull we have here in Bradneck, 7H10999.